Just a warning, this video is going to show names and faces of deceased Aboriginal Australians. This is Bennelong, and he was one of the first Aboriginal Australians to discover the island of Great Britain. This topic's been chosen by my patrons. If you'd like to join them and also pick stuff that I talk about, there's a link to that in my bio. Now, I have done a bit of reading around about Bennelong's story, but this is a culture that's foreign to me, so I'm happy to be corrected on pronunciations and things in the comments. So Bennelong's living in Australia when the British arrive, and the British governor, Arthur Phillip, has been given strict instructions to open relations with the natives. Only problem is, the locals don't want anything to do with the British. They keep avoiding them. So what the British governor ends up doing is kidnapping Bennelong to make him talk to him. While Bennelong's being held captive, he learns to speak some English, but after 7 months he manages to escape. This doesn't totally nuke relations between the British and the local. Later on, the British governor gets speared right through the shoulder, and Bennelong goes to his house to ask if he's alright. He gives the governor an Aboriginal name, and the British build a little hut for him, and that hut grew up to be the Sydney freaking Opera House. That's where his house was. In 1792, when the British are doing a voyage back, Bennelong and another Aboriginal guy called Yirramarawanyi go with them. They become the first Aboriginal Australians to set foot in Britain. When they get there, they're both given quite a lot of expensive European-style clothes, which we think might mean they were presented to the king, but we're not sure. What we do know is they do all the tourist stuff. They go to St Paul's Cathedral, they go to the Tower of London, they get a horse and carriage ride, and they performed a song which somebody wrote down with European notation, so you can still play it. Although apparently he did not do a good job of transcribing the lyrics, so we don't know what the song's about. Apparently if you give it to an Aboriginal Australian to translate, they'll just be like, this is gibberish, I don't know. Both the men get sick in Britain. The other guy dies, but Bennelong survives and goes back to Australia. I think when he came back, the British had this feeling that like, oh, well, he's seen how great London is, now surely he will join civilization. But Bennelong was like, nah, I'm good, thanks. He goes back to the bush. He becomes the leader of quite a big clan in the area. When he dies, he is mourned with a ritual battle of 200 people. And his role as this kind of unofficial ambassador coincides with this period of relative peace between the Aboriginal Australians and the British colonists, which does not continue once he's gone.